Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And my question of today is, do you think XRP can get above $2 this week? Yes or no? Put it in the comment section down below. And I am pretty excited today because there is a lot to talk about. Now, starting it off, Elon Musk. We all know he is quite important for the crypto space, mostly because, well, he's kind of pumping and dumping things. So even though I don't think his opinion really matters, whatever he is doing has some great consequences on crypto. So we have to watch him carefully, because if he says something crazy, well, that might just really be annoying for us. Elon, this is again another Twitter account, said Elon is choosing Doge because Dogecoin is better than Bitcoin in many fundamental ways. Dogecoin has faster transaction speed, lower fees, and less environmental impact than Bitcoin. Doge is affordable for regular folks because of its high supply. This last part is kind of dumb, because I've told people a ton of times before, something is not necessarily more affordable just because there's a higher supply. That really doesn't work. If they're talking about, more affordable per unit, okay, or if they're talking about the fact that a coin with lesser market cap is more affordable than one with higher market cap, or even vice versa, you can really make a point out of most things, but it's not necessarily a good one. The people's crypto is what Elon Musk called it. Well, Elon Musk actually replied to that to that tweet saying, ideally, Doge speeds up block time 10 times, increases block size 10 times, and drops the fees 100 times. Then it wins hands down. And I'm kind of confused as to how you can speed up the block time by 10, increase the block size by 10. I guess those two things might help. Because if you're going to speed it up and increase the block size, in the end, that might actually be a good thing. But then again, dropping the fee, that doesn't really make much sense. So I'm saying, if they're going to go and attempt something like this, what is going to happen is people, you and I inside our homes, will not be able to mine Doge anymore, because you're going to need, really institutional grade hardware eventually. The same thing is kind of happening when, in this specific case, Doge is kind of a copy of Litecoin, right? So it basically has the same type of underground system, underlayer system. The Binance Smart Chain is basically a copy of Ethereum. The only thing that really changed is to make it, a little bit bigger, a little bit better, bigger block size, more centralized, because there's only 21 nodes instead of, a huge decentralized system. And what that basically means is, because they're, bigger block sizes and whatnot, a little bit more, just faster, more efficient, quote unquote. What also happens is that the people who want to transact with it, want to interact with it from a, governance perspective, they can't really do that because it's too big, it's too great, it's too heavy for you to do that as an individual. It's too expensive, basically. And I guess Doge is also going to come into that era right now where you as an individual can't really participate anymore, because they're going to make it really highly centralized. Otherwise, this doesn't really work. This doesn't really, sound logical to me. But yeah, here Lotion says 10 megabyte blocks every 6 seconds with fees so low that anyone can spam and tag the network with very little spent fees. Elon Musk said, for those bad at math, 100 times higher transaction volume with 100 times lower fees means total fees earned stay the same. That's true. Low fees and high volume are needed to become currency of Earth, which is definitely kind of interesting. But I guess the point here, what I was trying to say is, actually, if you take a good look at it, XRP is already kind of, atop of most of what he's talking about. And that's kind of a fun thing where, in this specific case here, he's making it look like it's so freaking amazing. Like, Dogecoin is really everything. Like, Dogecoin this, Dogecoin that. But what they're doing is really not that special. I mean, I've made multiple videos explaining why XRP could become a world currency. And in the specific sense here, Doge is affordable because it's got a higher supply. Well, XP too. Dogecoin has even faster transaction speeds, even lower fees, and even less of an environmental impact than Doge. Again, than Bitcoin, but also than Doge. And Elon is not choosing it, but who really cares about that guy? He's just actually one big marketer guy, but he's really the guy who markets it to memers. He's not really a guy who's going to market something for main adoption, unless they go for something like an Elon coin or something like that, which people are already speculating about, though, not going to lie. Then Ripple has actually been posting quite a lot of stuff, but one of the things they posted just now was a part from Ripple Impact, which reads, creating a more financially inclusive and sustainable future. Now, on its own, this of course is one of Ripple's key missions, and making sure you understand that right now we are just witnessing the first vertical of Ripple's capabilities. And with first vertical, that basically means we are just seeing Ripple's first parts in everything. We're not really seeing them do too much just quite yet. I think that's going to be coming out in the next couple of years, obviously, but right now we are not that far just quite yet. And that's really important to understand. It is, in my opinion, really important to understand that it's only once we I guess, roll out, become a properly regulated crypto, get some approval from some bigger banks, and really start to see Ripple's use case thrive already, that we're starting to see some of the newer use cases. But like I said yesterday, you don't know what you don't know. With Ripple specifically, you don't know what parts of their technology or what top parts of their plan we don't even know about. However, I can already tell for myself that it's pretty huge because the whole CBDC realm, the whole private ledger and whatever they're building, it's already out there, it's already known, and Ripple's already, hinted a couple of partnerships in that sense. And the Bank of France, for example, has already hinted that an EU CBDC could be built on top of Ripple, stuff like that. Yet, it's not really coming out. Ripple's not really letting go of those statements. So there must most likely be quite a lot going on in the background that we're just not seeing, either because of NDAs or just because they cannot tell because of the lawsuit or stuff like that, right? But here's just an example. Unlocking economic barriers and opportunities for all. It's really big. What Ripple's doing, it's so freaking smart in my opinion. Because on one end, they're working on the charity side to make sure that that side is good, to make sure they always look good in the public eye, right? Almost any company does that, but still, they're making it quite a big priority in comparison to quite a lot of other crypto projects here. Investing in sustainability, they gave a kind of a mission of 10 years to be completely green. Committed to being a sustainable company, Ripple has a plan to reach carbon net zero by 2030. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure how huge this is or how important this is. However, what we do know is that in comparison to Bitcoin, this is huge, and we are expecting some heavy regulation to come in specifically this aspect. So it could be that, for example, a Bitcoin or Ethereum is going to be limited or sanctioned, or there's something negative going to be coming towards those cryptos, which might not be there for XRP, which is again another reason why we are so extremely bullish. These are just a couple of sum up points. Again, whatever crypto you call out there, it's really going to be hard to match with XRP as it currently stands. If, of course, they lose the lawsuit, things change. But again, we're going to make millions of dollars. I keep reminding you guys, I almost am certain that people with a couple $1,000s can make millions of dollars once this lawsuit is settled. I have my account set up on Bybit with some fat cash. Because once a verdict drops, I'm going to go leverage it times 50. And once more, I think we're going to make millions of dollars in one single trade, couple of hours worth, and it's going to be freaking crazy. It's going to be nutty. It's going to be completely crazy. I'm also not sure if the trade is going to work out properly, purely because I think so many people will be doing it, but hopefully we're as early as possible. I'm watching the XP charts all day, every single day, so it's going to be fine. If I see some huge spike, even yesterday already gave me some chilly vibes, like, what if the lawsuit is already settled right now? Should I buy in, like FOMO, go 50 times? Because the moment it's settled, I need to be there ASAP to make sure I can open a trade and get literally thousands of percent returns. Because I think from that point on forward at which I open a trade, it's never going to come, back down that hard again. There might be one spike, but that's also why I have to really monitor my trade properly then, and maybe do some other stuff. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do or what I'm going to go for, but I might open some different trades with some different leverage, open a couple. I'm not exactly sure, but I'll figure out a way to make a couple $1 million at least if XRP wins this lawsuit. So I'm rooting, guys. That's all I'm going to be doing here. That's, again, why I'm so freaking hyped on Bybit, by the way, guys. It's because I know, literally, because of the leverage that is on there, even though it's a scary thing inherently, it will allow me to make millions of dollars in such a short time. And obviously, I could also, take out a loan. For example, use AVA, take out some loan and, put that into the trade specifically, something like that. Could. However, I'm more of a guy of, like, I'll use... Nah, it depends as well. It really depends. I was going to say I'll use less money with higher leverage, but I guess it would be better to use more money with less leverage. I'm actually thinking maybe that's going to be better. For example, if you put $10,000 in with times 50, it could be better. Most likely it's better to go $50,000 with times 10 because the chance of getting liquidated is a lot lower. Yeah, that might actually be smarter. I might just have to go take out a loan, for example, with something like AVA, and then use that. Ooh, there's so many options, but I know this will be huge. Then, James, again, I just want to quickly remind you guys, tomorrow is John Deaton, his reply to the SEC and to Ripple, and the 21st, again, I think that's, I'm not exactly sure, I think Thursday, whatever, we'll see. The 21st is going to be the hearing, and so I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure I can stream that, all right? So do not worry, I got you guys. Then crypto fear and greed index is now in extreme fear. A lot of people are fearful, but mostly specifically on Bitcoin, and we're seeing that actually come back in the XRP to BTC chart. I've already said for a couple of days now, I'm extremely excited about XRP versus Bitcoin. Today I'm doing some big updates on Patreon too, explaining this whole scenario, because right now, still, as it currently stands, Bitcoin is not the best crypto. Altcoins are, and I'm so freaking bullish, man. But if only I could bestow my thoughts just straight into your brain, it would be so amazing, but I can't. I'm just really freaking excited. And we're getting back to levels we've not seen since freaking December of 2020. So before they actually got sued. And that is also pretty damn huge. Then Cardano back to top 4 as Bitcoin dominance drops to 35-month low. It's getting really sketchy, guys. It's really getting sketchy. And I'm even thinking of selling just some huge bag of Bitcoin once more for other altcoins. Then again, the only reason I'm not really happy to do that, or planning to do that so much, is because I already sent so much of my Bitcoin into altcoins that I need to have some in the base. And I keep telling people Bitcoin is the base currency. XRP is one of the best performing currencies, I think, over the next couple of months. But Bitcoin is kind of a base for crypto. If Bitcoin were to go to zero, a lot of cryptos will fall. If XRP goes to zero, a lot of cryptos will fall. But it's usually kind of the contrast where if some other altcoin falls, it's not necessarily going to take Bitcoin to the ground. And so if some crypto do bad, you can always have Bitcoin as kind of a backup because that's backed by the big institutions. Now, is Bitcoin completely great to have as only currency? I would say no, because you don't know what other hodlers there are with what intentions and whatnot. And with XRP, we kind of know the bigger line. With Bitcoin, you don't really know much because you don't even know who founded it, right? So there's a lot more questions with Bitcoin, specifically because there's much more debate in the decentralized part of things. There's, for example, this ecological part. There's, for example, the governance part. For example, it could be a 51% attack at one point or another. A government could even do it with a lot of money and short Bitcoin. It could definitely work out. There's a couple of things there to put, but it's just a little bit scarier for the longer term. We're talking a couple of years. It's better for the short term as a basis, as a solid basis that if things come shoving down, that Bitcoin will stay most likely the most stable. And then Mark Cuban, this sellout, as I like to call it. Again, debatable, but that's my own opinion. Billionaire Mark Cuban becomes Cardano curious, says Dallas Mavericks would be happy to accept it. Whatever. It's not Doge, it's not easy. Hoskinson, who created Cardano after parting ways with Ethereum, recorded a video explainer to Cuban, or for Cuban. It's a big ecosystem, it's a complicated topic. It's not Doge, it's not easy. It's not just one thing. He claims that the ecosystem already comprises over 1 million people. What can you do with your ADA today? You can issue assets, you can buy wine, you can stay in hotels, more than 50,000 locations. Billions of dollars worth of ADA are moving on a daily basis. Unlike Ethereum, you can vote with it too. Whatever, man. I'm pretty excited about ADA, as you guys most likely know, but I don't like Mark Cuban and his statements too much. I never really have and not really going to accept it. Well, kind of the summary here, XRP is really quite great. A lot of people are misunderstanding, I guess, how freaking good it is and how good it currently stands. This got 42,000 likes. It's only because Doge is really memeing right now and doing good in that aspect that people are really liking it, but we all know XRP is even better than Doge. Yeah, that's my point. That's the point for today. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I'll definitely see you guys again in another crypto update soon. Take care, everybody.